Welcome to Mindvero channel. Oh, I am so excited about this one. You know, we all live in these bodies every single day. We eat with them, we sleep with them, we even dance with them. Sometimes well, sometimes not so well. But how much do we really know about them? I thought I had a pretty good handle on things, you know. The heart pumps blood, the lungs help you breathe. The brain tells you not to eat that entire pint of ice cream at midnight, but it turns out there is so much more going on under the surface that is just wild. I mean, truly mind-blowing stuff. All right, let's start with something happening right in your gut, your stomach. We all know it's where your food goes to get broken down, and it does that using some seriously strong acid. Have you ever wondered why that acid doesn't just, dissolve your stomach right along with that burrito you had for lunch? To protect itself from its own corrosive juices, your stomach lining performs a complete regeneration. Your stomach gets a fresh, new lining every few days. It's like your stomach is constantly redecorating. One day it's got the floral wallpaper, the next, it's all minimalist gray. Okay, this next one is, well, it's a little moist. Let's talk about saliva. Over the course of an average lifetime, you will produce enough saliva to fill 2 entire swimming pools. I'm not kidding. It's like having a little fountain in your mouth that just never ever turns off. It's packed with enzymes that kickstart the whole digestion process the second food enters your mouth. When you think of the strongest muscle in the human body, what comes to mind? Probably your biceps, right? But what if I told you, pound for pound, the strongest is your tongue? Think about what your tongue does all day. It's constantly moving. It helps you chew, pushing food around so your teeth can do their job. It's essential for swallowing, directing food and drink down your throat, and it's the key to speech. Fun fact, like fingerprints, everyone has a unique tongue print. No two are exactly alike. So the tongue is strong, hardworking, and uniquely yours. So much for bicep curls. The real gym is in your mouth. It's amazing, and we're just getting started. Have you ever been so embarrassed that you could feel your face getting hot and turning bright red? That's blushing. Here's the fascinating part. Humans are the only animals on Earth that do it. You'll never see a dog blush because it chewed up your favorite shoes, or a cat turn red because it knocked a glass off the counter. Blushing is an automatic response from our sympathetic nervous system. That's the same system behind fight or flight. The adrenaline causes capillaries in the face to dilate, more blood flows through them, and because facial skin is thin, that shows up as a red blush. Scientists think blushing evolved as a social signal. It's an honest, uncontrollable display of emotion. Charles Darwin called blushing the most peculiar and most human of expressions. We tend to think of our skeletons as this permanent, solid framework. Like the steel beams in a building, we assume they're built once and then they just stay there for the rest of our lives. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your bones are not dead, static structures. They are living, dynamic tissue in a constant state of flux. Your body has 2 types of special cells for the job: osteoclasts, which break down old, worn-out bone tissue; osteoblasts, which build new bone tissue to replace it. This remodeling happens at such a rate that over time your entire skeleton gets replaced. On average, you have a completely new skeleton roughly every 10 years. The 206 bones in your body aren't just sitting there. They're a bustling construction site. Now, this next fact might make you feel a little crowded. Get ready for a bit of an identity crisis. If you were to count up all the cells in your body, you'd find something astonishing. The number of bacterial cells living in and on you is estimated to be about the same as, or even slightly more than, the number of your own human cells. So, scientifically speaking, you are just as much a walking, talking bacteria colony as you are a human. It's like we're just the vehicle. These tiny microorganisms are the real passengers, maybe even the drivers. They are everywhere. On your skin, in your mouth, especially in your gut. But before you run for the hand sanitizer, you need to know that this is a good thing. A very, very good thing. We have a symbiotic relationship with this massive community of microbes known as our microbiome. They are not invaders. They are essential partners. The bacteria in our gut, for example, are crucial for digestion. They help us break down foods that our bodies can't handle on their own and allow us to absorb vital nutrients. These bacteria also play a huge role in our immune system, helping to train it to distinguish between friend and foe. They protect us by crowding out harmful pathogens, and they even produce essential vitamins, vitamin K, some B vitamins. So you're not just a single organism, you're a superorganism, a complex ecosystem of human and microbial cells working together. It's a little less you and a little more us. Amazing discoveries continue as we explore more secrets your body keeps. We often think of dogs as having the superior sense of smell, and it's true, their noses are incredibly powerful. But we humans shouldn't sell ourselves short. Our own sense of smell is far more sophisticated than we usually give it credit for. While our eyes can distinguish a few million colors, your nose has a truly staggering capacity for scent. It is estimated that the human nose can remember up to 50,000 different scents. 50,000. Think about it for a second. The smell of rain on hot pavement, the specific scent of your childhood home, freshly cut grass, a new book, coffee brewing in the morning, your grandmother's baking. Our sense of smell is deeply, profoundly linked to memory and emotion. The olfactory bulb, the part of the brain that processes smells, has direct links to the amygdala. It also links directly to the hippocampus. That's why a certain smell can instantly transport you back in time to a specific moment, bringing all the feelings with it. We use this ability every day without realizing it. It warns us of danger, the smell of smoke, or spoiled food. It influences our attraction to other people, and our enjoyment of food. Your nose is a supercomputer for smells, and it's constantly logging data to enrich your experience of the world. You know that feeling you get when you're cold, or when you're watching a really scary movie, or when you're listening to a powerful piece of music. The little bumps that appear on your skin, making your hairs stand on end. We call them goosebumps. It turns out goosebumps are a leftover from our distant, hairy ancestors, an evolutionary echo. The scientific term is piloerection. Each bump is caused by a tiny muscle, the erector pili, contracting at the base of a hair follicle. That contraction makes the hair stand up. For our furry ancestors, this had two big purposes. First, when it was cold, puffing up the fur trapped air for insulation and kept them warm, like putting on a puffy jacket. Second, for defense, puffing up made them look bigger and more intimidating. Think of a cat arching its back and puffing up its fur. Today, for relatively hairless humans, goosebumps don't do much. Raising sparse body hair gives almost no insulation and doesn't make us look bigger. Maybe just a little bumpier. Now, when a beautiful song gives you goosebumps, it's the same ancient reflex triggered by emotion instead of cold or fear. A tiny piece of our primal past appearing in the modern world. We already talked about how your stomach protects itself, but let's circle back to just how powerful the acid inside it really is. The main component is hydrochloric acid, and it is incredibly corrosive. Studies show stomach acid can dissolve metal. I'm talking razor blades. Do not try this at home. Seriously, don't swallow a razor blade. This is a closed-course, professional stomach kind of situation. In controlled lab experiments simulating the stomach, single-edged razor blades showed heavy corrosion and could be fully dissolved over about 24 to 48 hours. pH is typically between 1.5 and 3.5. That puts it on par with very strong acids. This extreme acidity kills harmful bacteria and kills pathogens ingested with our food, protecting us from infections and illnesses. It's our first line of chemical defense, a sterilizing vat that purifies what we consume. Your stomach is not a passive bag. It's active, powerful, and dangerous. It's incredible engineering that contains something so potent day after day. The lining rebuilds itself while acid can dissolve metal, one of the body's most amazing feats. Here's a fun one that you can actually test for yourself tomorrow. Did you know that you are taller in the morning than you are at night? It's not a huge difference, maybe about a centimeter or half an inch, but it's a real, measurable phenomenon. The secret lies in your spine. Your backbone isn't one solid rod, it's made up of 33 vertebrae stacked on top of each other. In between most of these vertebrae are soft, gel-like cushions called intervertebral discs. These discs act as shock absorbers, protecting your spine and allowing it to be flexible. They are made mostly of cartilage and water, kind of like little jelly donuts. When you're lying down all night sleeping, There's very little pressure on your spine. This allows your discs to decompress and expand, absorbing fluid and plumping up to their full size. This expansion adds that little bit of extra length to your spinal column, making you slightly taller. But then, as you go about your day, standing, walking, sitting, just dealing with gravity, the weight of your own body slowly compresses those discs again. Throughout the day, gravity gently squeezes the fluid out of the discs, and they become a little bit thinner. By the time you're ready for bed, your spine is slightly shorter than it was when you woke up. Then, when you lie down to sleep, the whole process starts over again. The discs rehydrate and expand, and you wake up tall once more. So, if someone asks you how tall you are, you can now say, well, it depends on the time of day, and there you have it. 10 secrets your own body has been keeping from you. Isn't it just incredible? From having a stomach that redecorates every few days to being taller in the morning, our bodies are a constant source of wonder. It just goes to show that there's a whole universe of amazing things happening inside us at every moment, and we've only just scratched the surface. It makes you appreciate the sheer genius of it all, this machine that works so perfectly without us even having to think about it. I hope this has made you feel a little more connected to and amazed by the vessel you get to call home. The next time you get goosebumps or feel yourself blush, you'll know the ancient story behind it. If these kinds of surprising facts and mind-bending truths are your thing, please do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We have so much more to explore together, and we'd love for you to be a part of the MindVero community. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and letting me share these incredible facts with you. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop being amazed by the world around you and inside you. Until next time, be kind to one another. And be kind to your incredible body. Thanks for watching MindVero.